I really despise a liar. And not just because you can't trust them. Liars are cowards. Liars are afraid of the consequences of the truth, thus making them a coward. I don't get down with people I can't trust or cowards. I don't need no cowards in my corner. I don't need no liars in my corner. That's weak behavior from a man. That's a weak behavior from anybody. You need to learn to live a life where you ain't gotta lie about shit as a grown adult. Live a life, that you're proud of. The truth easily rolls off your tongue and you can say it with your chin up. It just flows easily. Lying is for cowards and weak individuals. You don't need those type of people in your corner, wrecking your aura, wrecking your vibe. You don't even need to be associating with those type of people. Cut them off. They grown adults still lying about petty ass bullshit. You don't need that around you. That's gonna mess up your plan. That's gonna mess up your money. These people are cowards. You're a man. You hiding your phone. You putting it face down because you gotta lie to your woman because you're attracted to and want to sleep with other women. You're a sucker. You started out lying to yourself, getting in a relationship, lying to yourself. You weren't even ready to settle down or be faithful. If you wanted to be with other women, you should have been upfront with that woman and let her know your desires from the beginning and let her choose if she still wanted to be down with you. If you want to sleep with multiple women and you know that ain't going to be out your system, then you need to find a woman who's down with that, who enjoys other women too. That's what I did. I'm not going to lie to myself for years and try to act like Mr. Goody Goody. Nah, you find a woman who's down with your needs, who fits in with your plan, who fits in with your desire, or you stay single. You running around with a woman. You hide in your phone when you're in the shower, weak. You're deleting texts and doing all that garbage. Real men don't got time for all that petty nonsense. We about our money. Can't be about your money running around scared of a woman. She gonna find out this and find out that. Live a life you can be proud of. Be honest with people. Be upfront when you start a relationship. Don't even enter into it. And if you lying to other men to impress other men, you really lost. You're gone. I don't even know if there's any hope for you if you're lying to other men to impress men or to try to look cool to other men. That's so weak. Liars are cowards. You're afraid of the truth. You're afraid of the consequences of the truth. You're a coward. Always lying. I go through my day, I ain't gotta lie about shit to nobody. Nobody. I ain't gotta hide my phone. I ain't gotta go through any of that pettiness garbage. I'm a grown ass man. I'm living a life where I ain't gotta hide nothing. Y'all some scared little boys. Hiding. Scared. Lying. Hiding. Running around. And if you bragging to other men about what you got, that's so weak. If you're bragging to other men lying away, you're a coward. If you're lying to women about your age, you're a coward. Women don't care about age. They care about confidence. Women care about how you can provide for them, your bank account, protection, how you can protect them. They don't care about your age. Say your age with confidence, with your chin up. Take it or leave it, sweetheart. Men lying about all these petty ass things. And if you're lying to a woman about how much money you got, sorry, sucker. Time always reveals that one. That truth will come out. So be afraid of that too with your coward ass. You know, lying is for cowards and weak men. You know, men who live their life accordingly to their plan. They ain't got to lie about nothing. Nothing at all. Lying is for the weakest of the weak of the herd. And your women can smell those lies on you. They can smell the weakness because you're weak. And you're lying like a little bitch. And nobody respects it. You know, speak the truth. Be a real man. Live a life where you ain't got to lie about nothing to nobody. Be proud of yourself and your actions. You obviously ain't proud of your actions if you're lying about them. Shit, most of these people lying to themselves, so delusional. Cut these people out your life. They benefit you zero. Liars, cowards. Bye.